Carl here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life. Here with just a bit of an update really about the state of play and what we've seen within the music industry, the metal industry within our own country, the UK, and worldwide as well as what we're doing. Now, we're an online site, so happily, you know, the effects of COVID-19 coronavirus isn't really going to be felt in content-wise. Hell, me being trapped at home just means even more stuff will go out because I don't have to go to work. Oh, that's actually not the case right now. I'm off this week thanks to annual leave, but until the underground shuts down, if it shuts down, I'll still be going to work, I believe. You know, happily, just getting over a bit of illness myself, just a cold. It appears to have been nothing more, but you know, something you would never mentioned beforehand suddenly became a hot button topic. You dare not cough on the tube journey in case everyone's head just darts around like zombies who've just heard, you know, their victim. So we'll be fine. Content I think will still be going out quite regular, particularly more videos and stuff like that. Hell, if I've got the time, which I apparently will do, why wouldn't it? As long as the internet holds up and the hordes don't come banging at my door, I should be good. We should be good as well. The other guys, similar situation. So don't worry about our level of content. It could just increase rather than decrease, because even if like album releases and EP releases and stuff like that dry up, there's a wealth of content already available. Don't forget that as well if you are self-isolating or forced to stay at home because you're ill at this stage. There's a wealth of content. There's enough, hopefully, that you won't get bored or, you know, go out of your mind, pick up a gaming console, pick up some games, have it delivered to your home, download some movies, go to our site, check out the horror movie categories. You can find some gems in there. You'll have a lot of fun. And, of course, things like YouTube and all that. Some great content creators out there that you should definitely be worth checking out too. Not only that as well, think about the bands. Let's think about the bands here for a second. It's Gig City being cancelled now. That's all it is. It's cancellations and postponements, cancellations and postponements. We had a number of shows coming up quite soon. A lot of local bands as well, local to the UK scene. You know, we've lost recently. Dekesis' album tour was the latest one, I believe, to have been postponed. We've had Machine Head, a bigger one, further down the line, at EU and UK tour. What else we had? We had Purple Days this weekend. Everything, basically. The Metal to the Masses heats for Bloodstock. Fingers crossed, because Bloodstock is in August. They can ride this wave out and it'll still go ahead. Because obviously, as of this recording, Glastonbury, which is in June, has been cancelled. And unfortunately, you got to start wondering about the likes of Download as well, which also takes place in June. I mean, I guess it's all about the build. Hopefully, Download will have got enough secure, you know, and by June we might have ridden the wave of this current crisis out. But certainly things like Slam Dunk, which is in May, which I'm supposed to be going to as well, I'm sort of looking at with a inevitable sigh almost. You got to hope for it. But here's the thing. Shit happens, basically. This sucks. These are postponed gigs. They will be played later on, provided the bands survive and the venues survive. This is the important thing. Now, you don't need me to tell you this, because if you're on social media and you follow a lot of bands and you like a lot of bands, you'll have seen this already. We really need to help them out. This, for a lot of these bands, having a postpone or cancel tour will directly hit their pockets. You know, these people aren't earning thousands of dollars, let alone hundreds of thousands or anything like that. It's pits, and suddenly they don't even have that. Yet they will have out-of-pocket expenses already, be it booking hotels, travel arrangements, and so on. So, questions: what can you do to help? And it's simple, really. Say you were going to go. Say I'll use me as an example. I'm going to go to Keith. I was going to go to the Dekesis' show at the end of March, beginning of April, should I say? And the plan was, cool, I'll buy some merch there. You know, pick up some merch for them there. That's what I like to do at the actual show. High chance to get to chat to the band, stuff like that as well. Can't do that now. All right, cool. That tour probably isn't going to happen until later in the year, so the money I was going to spend on those at the gig, I spent on Bandcamp. That's it. Go to their Bandcamp. Go to their store, their web stores, whatever it might be, Big Cartel or whatever, and buy it from there. You know it's gone directly to the band. That's, you know, a benefit. Bandcamp obviously takes a cut, but it's not too severe, from what I gather. So you can help them that way. Pick up a patch. If you can't afford much, pick up a fucking keyring. Whatever cheap item it is, every little is going to help here. And we need to do this. We really need to do this because we don't know how long this is going to last. We really don't. Conservative estimates, you can kind of hope, in a couple of weeks' time, the wave will be over and we'll kind of have progressed in regards to how we can manage it and stuff like that. But that's really hopeful. You know, you're talking about months. And the knock-on effect, here's the thing, is we're not just talking about getting past the virus and the difficulty of that. We're talking about the knock-on effect from what might come from bands being unable to tour. Man, when you see Devin Townsend having to put out a very personal statement about his personal losses, money-wise, during this period, and setting up a GoFundMe. That's Devin Townsend. Do you see what I mean? Like, that's someone we all consider a fairly large artist, and he can't afford to not be able to tour. It's the lifeblood. We all know this. We've said for how long that buying physical copies of music is not the way. Making music and selling that music is not the way to make money or any money for a band. You gotta get out there and play live. It's why bands do it for years after a release, because that's the only way to make money. Get out, play live, and sell that merch at the store at the gigs. What happens when you can't do that? You literally cannot do it. And even if you try to do it, you're gonna get a piss poor turnout because people are self-isolating. You see what I mean? So I think there's been a little bit of pushback recently, I noticed on social media, at least from my perspective, where some people are sort of saying, like, you know, bands ask for handouts. I don't see this as asking for handouts. This is asking for your support. Bands have always asked for your support, and this is nothing different. And except, whereas before you could sit back and go, well, I'll pick up a t-shirt at the live show next month, or pick up this stuff at the live show, or buy those gig tickets. You can't. Right now, you can't. And I guess the sort of thing about gig tickets as well, most of these tours, a large majority of them are just being postponed. Don't ask for your money back. Don't ask for refunds from the ticket sellers. Wait. I realise for some people, particularly with the bigger bands, you'll have bigger out-of-pocket expenses. You might book hotels, train tickets and stuff like that are non-refundable. And that's unfortunate. It really, really is. But you're not alone. There's a lot of people in that. And this isn't saying like you must go to Bandcamp and you must pay money for these bands and things like that. Of course not. It's if you can, help a little bit. If it's a name your own price product on Bandcamp and you think it's worth £5, make it £6. That kind of thing. No one's asking for silly amounts of money here. But, you know, it's that whole thing where if every... we've joked about this on the site, and I'll tell you right now, if every single person in February who visited our site paid $1, gave us $1, just $1 or £1 to our site, we would have earned over $40,000 a pound. So I mean, but we actually earned zero, except for my patrons. Those guys, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And that's not like me getting angry about that. We're a website. We're not going to charge you to use it. You know, we're not going to say to you, oh, please, guys. But it's just using an example of how money does add up. That if every single person that came to our website, we would have earned more in a month than most people do in a year. Do you see what I mean? So imagine that for a band. If there's a band out there that's got 10,000 people that love them and they all paid £1 for a pin badge on their Bandcamp, that is £10,000. It all adds up. It all makes a difference. So do your part as much as you possibly can. And as well, share positive messages. You know, we're living in this world now where the negativity is quite crushing. The bad news, it's a horrible, and it's not trying to ignore it and pretend it isn't there. But all you're getting reports on is negativity and bad news and the worst case scenarios and so on. Yet, if you dig a little deeper, you'll find positive stories out there. This is something we can be, and something I think that while it might take some time for the industry to recover, the music industry to recover, we can all help it. We can all help it. And think about the end of the year, man. Oh man, it is going to be nuts for gigs. You won't know where to go for how many gigs there's going to be, which is going to be fun as fuck. And as well, like the first sort of bands that are able to get out there when this crisis has passed or, you know, calm down a little bit, the first ones are going to get out there. That crowd is going to be shit fucking hot. desperate to get in and just mosh and headbang their way into oblivion. That is some good time. But yeah, stay up to date with us, of course, as well. Well, we'll still have our regular content going out, our album reviews every day, and EP reviews in the morning, content during the day, the horror movie every 2 nights, plus the regular YouTube schedule, including some new stuff as well. We've got some special stuff coming up involving members of bands, and hopefully going to have more on that in the future. Something called a Dead Pit, which is basically a play on Room 101, except it's a zombie pit. And Desert Island Dregs, which is like Desert Island Disc, except it's 3 records, 3 horror movies and 3 games, covering the 3 main categories. Plus, like I said, all the regular content, the 10 things we love and hate every other week. Festival flashbacks themselves, album reviews, other bits and bobs. You know the score by now. Head over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, and you'll get to see even more of it. Hopefully we can keep you entertained. Hopefully we can. And stay safe, stay well, wash those fucking hands, don't forget that, and try not to cough anyone. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, and of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal, what else is life for?